Welcome back. Igwe Kent, thank you for watching the show. We get your messages. Igwe Kent is sending his messages from Austria, and I decided to mention Igwe Kent, or we decided to mention you because you're asking us to open up the lines. That might take too much time, so that's why we have the emails and the Twitter so that you can send it in and then we'll read it. But thank you so much, Igwe Kent, and we do hope you're having a good time in Austria. And we hope you're going to watch the match this evening. Yes, we're talking football now. It's football time. I'm sure everybody's ears, oops. And you all are waiting eagerly for 5 o'clock. Yeah. Because that match is going to happen today between Nigeria and Cameroon. Ooh. What do you think will happen? I was listening to the radio this morning and I was listening to all kinds of analysis and all that. I said, Nigeria and Cameroon again. Are you going to watch? I can never watch when Nigeria is playing. Wow. I'll have a heart attack. Okay. All right. I watch after when I know the scores. So Nigeria Super Eagles will today play the indomitable Lions of Cameroon during the second round of the African Cup of Nations in Egypt. The 2019 tournament started on June the 21st, and Nigeria had its first match with Burundi on the second day. Well, I don't want to mention the match they had after that. But I'm looking forward to today's match, and you all know I don't want to mention that match. And to look at football with us this morning and to look ahead at this evening's match, we have the sports editor of the Authority newspaper, Mr. Ben Alozie. Good morning. Good to be with you. And we also have Bada Akintunde Johnson, who's a sports analyst. Good morning. Good morning. And he's looking very dandy. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be here. So, this match this evening, a lot of people are very apprehensive. Are you apprehensive?
I am not apprehensive, but...
You're one of the lucky few.
I'm not apprehensive, but okay. I have some concern.
You have some concern? Yes. Okay, all right.
And those concerns stem from where I'm coming from and what we've done so far in the championship. Okay. And I think that we have not really done as much as expected of us as a nation that out there. Okay. And that is the area of my concern. And my concern again includes, some of the things that the coaching crew, the coach himself, has not really done right, which I think if we're able to get them, put in place, every fear or apprehension anybody may be nothing out there, will be taken care of at the end of the day. Your thoughts?
Well, I'm quite enthusiastic about the chances of the Super Eagles going into this game. I thought in the first two games, they looked really solid, especially defensively. We played 2 games, we won 1-0, 1-0. We beat Burundi on the opening day.
We looked solid.
Yeah, we looked solid. We beat Guinea. Guinea is a very decent side by all standards. The solid defensive shape that we kept all through those 2 games, especially with the central defensive partnership of Ekong and Omeruo. We looked solid defending aerial balls. Down the sides, we had on the left side, Olaino, who looked really, really impressive. Awaziem came in for the injured Shehu, and it looked also really, really solid. In the last game we lost, I mean, I wouldn't be totally alarmed about it because the coach haven't qualified, rested some key players, and experimented. A lot of the players who took to the field in that game against Madagascar were playing their first tournament match. And this was a Madagascar team that on paper seemed lightweight, but based on the evidence of their first 2 performances and how well they played in qualifying for this tournament, I knew that they stood every chance of defeating the Nigerian team. As a matter of fact, in terms of the quality of play, in terms of the cohesion, the coordination of their play, the quality of their movement and the passing, the Madagascar team in this tournament has to be one of the most respected, except you don't know football. Tactically, they're very sound. So I always knew that the Super Eagles would have problems against them. So it was no surprise that we lost that game. But today, in the first knockout stage of the tournament, I expect that the team will restore its strongest 11. One of the changes that people would want to see is in central midfield, where Mikel Obi hasn't exactly covered himself in glory. And it's not unexpected. Here's a man who went to China, didn't play for us after the last World Cup. I'm talking how many years ago now? Since last year, actually. And then came back to England, Middlesbrough, played in a more withdrawn midfield role, but then we bring him to the Super Eagles and we play him in a creative midfield role. It doesn't work that way. The man doesn't have the legs anymore. It doesn't have the energy levels anymore. So he always struggles. And then, just like it happened in the first game, when we took him out and we put Iwobi in that attacking midfield position, the Super Eagles started to tick, because the movement of the ball was quicker. We were quicker to deliver the balls in the final third. And that's what I expect from the off today. So apprehension, no. Expectation, not so high. But I believe that if we play up to our maximum potential, we can beat Cameroon. A team, in spite of the fact that they are defending champions, it must be said, haven't exactly set this tournament alight either.
Okay.
Expectations not too high, but
not too high.
But high.
Alozie, we know the Cameroonians are a more physical team than the Nigerian team. So there will have to be a higher level of tact and movement for us to be able to do whatever we want to achieve there today. But you said we're not doing as much as we should earlier.
Yeah.
So with this fact about the physical nature of the Cameroonian team and are not so physical, what do you think we should be doing there today?
Yes, like my colleague Bada said, I know our matches earlier, the team, didn't quite do. It wasn't a bad result, as it were. But in this match, the Cameroonians are known for their physicality. The Cameroonians are known, they play hard football, that's skillful. But in this tournament, we have not seen the Cameroon we used to know.
I would like to say here again that what we thought with the Madagascar, yes, we should not think that way.
No,
don't think that they are not there,
no,
so we can take it
I'm
easy.
Coming to the Madagascar experience was a hard one, and I want to tell you, like Bada said, I think it was one mistake that the handlers of the team, made. I think they went into that match thinking that the Madagascar, they hadn't qualified. They were so confident that whatever be the outcome of the match, that already we have qualified, maybe looking for a draw. They got ahead and scored that the Madagascar, they came actually to prove 2 points, that they are as good, even better than any team in Africa. Being the first team to qualify for the tournament, and they had nothing to lose.
Little Madagascar.
Yeah, no. In football, there's no little again because football had gone crazy. Every nation, more so if you're not ranked, I mean, they had everything going for them, and they got a first goal that popped up their confidence level, and we were struggling, and they had the game under control. They were technically better in all fronts. That game, talking about that game. Having said that, the match against the Cameroon today is a different ball game because here you have two rivals. Rivalry is the key word here. Even if the Eagles, we have our second 11, because of the rivalry, because of history, a lot more is expected from our boys. Now, in the last game, we discovered that we scored only 2 goals, and that shows that something was wrong, with our yes, and where I think the problem came was from the midfield. We don't have a creative midfielder who could who could pass, feed the attackers with the ball. Like Igalo complained, he said he was not fed with the ball. How would, if you don't get the ball to the attackers, how would you score? It's difficult scoring anything outside the 18. So you got to get the ball through to the attackers for you to score. Okay. The defense is okay, like you said. We have had good defense. Look at and the matches of played so far, Omero, and they have done very, very well. The goalkeeping area too, people have concern, but if you ask me, I will tell you, the goalkeeping area. The guy today who might be giving the shirt, I don't. Yes, he has not. But I don't have confidence in him because, yes, he has just so much coverage because of the solidity of our defense so far. But I think we need to do more because
I don't know about the solidity of our defense. Yes. I like Akpe's save in that first game. But let me bring this in here. Ndidi. Yeah. Ndidi plays in the midfield. Yeah. Iwobi, midfield, attacking midfield, as the case may be. But let's look at the wings. Yeah. A lot of people thought that the finishing in the last game was a mess. Yes, the Madagascans got more confidence after our first goal, but analysis said we had more possession. See the goal Ighalo missed, direct, him and then see the one Musa missed, him and the keeper. And say two clear chances. But in this case now, today, would Ndidi and Iwobi being in the midfield be a strong combination, matching Musa and Chukwueze on the two wings? Would that help in any way make a difference?
So I mentioned that our defensive shape was solid.
I didn't want to look at defense.
And that's, yeah, so let me build from there. That's owing to the formation that the man plays. He plays a four-man defense, plays almost like two holding midfielders in front of them. Plays Ndidi, who, by the way, in my own opinion, is by far one of the best in his position in the world. He had one of the highest number of interceptions in the just concluded Premier League, number of clearances as well, and he's shown his quality in this competition. He plays him alongside the Stoke City man. What's his name now? His name misses me now. And then he plays one who's a creative midfielder in front of them. Now, where you touched on the wings, if you remember, in the first game, he started the Villarreal man, Chukwueze, on the left side. And I thought that he was brilliant. The guy is electric. His pace is frightening. He's always looking to beat his man, cut in on a stronger foot, shoot or play someone through. And the Burundians suffered nightmares just each time he got the ball to fit. And then you bring in Simon Moses, who's similar in the way he plays. He likes to take on his man, get to the byline, and get crosses in. But then, for some reason, we brought in Ahmed Musa. And for me, I mean, Ahmed Musa's got pace, but his final balls always just disappoint. He doesn't make the best decisions in the final third. And if you ask me today, it will be Ighalo, Moses, that's Simon Moses, and Chukwueze, Samuel Chukwueze, because those guys have not just pace, but critically, the right decisions in the final third. And if we get Iwobi playing behind our front three, I do think that we have a lot of chance. You alluded to the physicality, the strength, the imposing nature of the Cameroonians. How to beat that? This manager, this team demonstrated that in the qualifiers for the last World Cup when we beat them by 4 goals here, and we drew away in a game I thought we should have won in Yaoundé. It was barely 2 years ago. How did we do it? We were just quicker with the ball. The quality of the pass and the quality of the movement has got to be quicker. If you play slowly, like Mikel Obi does make us play sometimes, you're easier to read. I mean, the bulky, strong, physical defenders can then get their bodies behind the ball. But you then need to get in behind them with the pace that they can't match. And the quality of passing to that front three is critical. If the quality is not good, if the balls arriving from midfield to attack leave much to be desired, then we have absolutely no chance. Because from set-piece situations, they will trouble us. They probably get a goal. So it looks to me like to win this sort of game, you need about 2 goals. We haven't done that in this tournament, so something has to give.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, even though we have a few minutes when we return, we'll look at this matter of allowances and encouragement for players. Please join us again. Welcome back. I have a mail here from Joseph Ate, who says, Nigeria has 2 teams participating. One is Super Eagles, while the other is Benin Republic. Because majority of the players in the Benin team are Yoruba, like Adeoti. He says, congratulations to the Team 2 Nigeria, that's Benin. But hopefully Team 1 will qualify today, he says, of Nigeria.
Yes, no, Ben, the issue of money allowances always seems to come up. Why do we have to go through this cycle all the time? Is it that we don't understand what that does to the psyche of these young boys? They had to protest, just like the Falcons did as well.
Well, this is one sad commentary, about our football administration. At the World Cup, they managed it very well. I think they planned ahead, maybe with the help of somebody out there. They were able to get it right. There was no such issue at the World Cup, because before the World Cup, they had a series of meetings. They marked out how much they will pay at every point in time, how they will be paid. There was no row. There was no problem. But here again, going to another big championship, You know, one would have expected the NFF to have done their work to ensure that these boys, whatever are their dues,
was due them,
were prepared well ahead, and they were paid. I mean, it was uncalled for, and sorting has the way of creating a very serious disconnect in the psyche of the players. It has a way of, creating discord in the entire team. It's not good, especially for a country that we know we've got the money to pay. Except if there's something, wrong somewhere, that somebody's not telling us. Though there have been rumors flying here and there about certain things, but in any case, what is doing well? You have a team going for a championship. There should have been a budget well planned, and for them to receive their money without causing any route that could create problem for the team. And the result is reflected in what we have done so far. The performance of the team so far, we cannot reach the way.
But is there any consolation? We hear that the Cameroonians also protested regarding their allowances.
I was going to say.
So even the Zimbabweans too.
Yeah.
Is it an African thing?
Absolutely. So two things here. I think that we absolutely do not have an idea how to run our affairs. And you can't expect that football, which is a microcosmic representation of what you have at the macro level, of how we run our affairs as a people, will be any different. It's just reflective of how badly we suck at these things. Secondly, there's distrust on the part of the players. They know that if they don't get their allowances now and they crash out, they may never get it. So they would use the leverage that they have now, which is that there's a tournament to play. The international media is focused on us, and because we want to save ourselves the embarrassment, we'll be compelled to pay them. But it shouldn't get to that. Like he said, we knew this tournament was going to come around at least 3 years ago, at the minimum. We should have planned for it. We knew we qualified for it about at least a year ago. So there's no making excuses. We're just totally inept. We're incompetent when it comes to the administration of football. And then, because of how consistent we are at mismanaging our affairs, the players have grown to distrust the administrators. So they will demand to be paid at tournaments like this before they crash out. Because once they crash out, like it happened with the Falcons, who refused to leave their hotel, the fear is that the administrators will just forget about them.
Okay, so but now that everybody's been settled.
Yeah, they've been settled. We hear. I hope that is not a smoke screen. I hope that is not some propaganda. But the truth is, it's a distraction. It's a distraction we don't need. At this level or at any level of the tournament, we need the players focused. We need them to go in there today and do battle against Cameroon, put national pride, put the desire to win, first, not the consideration for their pockets. How much is $10,000? I mean, it's a lot of money in local parlance, but to these guys who earn, so much money playing abroad, virtually all of them, the motivation to play primarily isn't the cash. It is national pride. It is to want to do well for your country, to want to win accolades for your country, and that must be forefront. The money, yes, it is due them, is what they've labored for. They should be paid, but there's no reason why that should take priority over anything else in their minds.
You know what? I think it's high time we put these things right. 2004, I remember I was part of the team to South Africa where the Super Falcons, they won the cup. It was an international embarrassment. The players, they did not only say they would not leave the hotel room, they came down to the lobby and they were making noise. Even the Nigerian High Commissioner came. They said, no, we will not leave. They mentioned the head of the president. They said, no, let him come. It was a shame. Even as a Nigerian, as a reporter on ground, it was a shame. And we never learned any lesson from that. It has continued to be a recurring, decimal in our football administration. Why should it be? Why should it be? That is the thing. And I wish, brother, you're laughing. Even this one, I think they have managed it, and maybe, like you said, it could be a small screen. We do not know. But all in all, it is bad for our football. It's a very sad commentary for us to, as a nation, that we have the money. And by the way, No, but we've got the money. I think so. Except somebody is telling me that we don't have the money. And I never told the players that they didn't have the money. The players feel like the money was there to be paid. Why holding back the money and creating unnecessary, sin outside there? And remember, our national image suffers so much. And the pride of the nation.
Yes, I remember reading a comment from somebody, I can't remember who it is, who said, but these boys are very rich, so why are they holding us to ransom because of this small money?
No.
I thought it is not the matter, it's a matter of principle.
Yes.
It is their due, so they have to get it.
Pay them.
Full stop.
Simple.
If they're going to throw it in the trash can when they get it,
it's their
prerogative.
Their business. It's a prerogative, really.
It's theirs to do with as they please.
Okay, let's, as we wind down now, advice for the players and the fans in 30 seconds.
Well,
the match is at 5 p.m.
Yeah, I know. For the players out there, they must be focused. They must, know that this is a redemption mission for them. Individually too, because if they play well, their value goes up. There are scouts out there who also, who are looking out for players. So they have to do everything to redeem the image of Nigeria, as that beating by Madagascar is a very serious dent on our national pride as a football nation in Africa, at least. So they got to do something about that. And for the fans, cool temper.
Well, for me, it would be to the players, go play it like a final. Play it like it was the most important game of your career. Like everything depended on it, and win it.
Even your lives.
Yeah. For the fans, support the team 100%. Even if things go south from the beginning, the game of football is 90 minutes plus. Don't boo the side. Don't support them 100%. Be the 12th man. Make your support count, basically.
Oh, thank you very much. So what we can do now is just wish ourselves success later this evening when that match is played. And I'd like to say thank you to Bada Akitunde Johnson, who's a sports analyst, and Ben Alozie, sports editor of the Authority newspaper. Thank you all very much. And please don't have heart attacks this evening when you're watching the match.
Just chill and enjoy yourself.
Sunrise will be right back in a moment with the home stretch. Stay with us.